everyone. Well, it's afternoon almost. It is afternoon. Not for me, hubby was on night, so I was up all night. Anyway, we've come on and we're going to do these little treat holders, and this is the Joyous Noel DSP. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? And we're going to do some treat holders. I normally put these on my Christmas table. My grandsons will probably end up taking some, and granddaughter will probably end up taking some to school as teachers' gifts. But let's crack on. You need DSP or cardstock if you prefer. That measures 6 by 6. Okay, so you'll get 4 out of one sheet of 12 by 12. So you're going to score it, and it doesn't matter which side you start on. Okay, so we're going to score it this side first. You're going to score it, let's do this side first. 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 4.5 inches, 5.5 inches. No, that's not right. 4.5 inches, 5 inches and 5.5 inches. So that's 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, 4.5, 5 and 5.5. Okay, so then you're going to turn it that way, and I know you can all see my little seam there. And you're going to score it at 1 7/8, 3 3/4 and 5 3/4, and that will give you that little extra bit there. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to burnish just these lines, so you have that little bit on the end. Put your tape on there now so you know which way I'm going. Okay, because with this DSP you can just about make out all my score lines. That's what they look like on the back. Okay, so I'm going to do them score lines first, and we're going to fold them, and we're going to burnish them. Okay, and there's a reason why I want you to do them ones first. Oh, I can't wait till my other bone folder comes. Okay, so that's what you've got now, and our tape is there. Okay, so you're going to take each one. Now you can either use our 1/2 inch hole punch, okay, or you can do what I'm going to do now. You're going to take your scissors, and you see where you've got your three score lines there, there and there. Well, you're going to take the middle one, which is that one there. Okay, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to do it close up. I'm going to go from the bottom score line to the centre, and from the top score line to the centre to meet up with that, so you can see there what I've done. Okay, so you're going to do that top and bottom to all of them score lines. Okay, I'll show you it again. So you're coming in from this side, oops, you're going to do to the middle there, and then you're going to come in from this side and do to the middle. Okay, so you end up with little triangles. Okay, so you're also going to do it to the end there, and you're also going to do it on this end here that we've got the tape on. Okay, and just do it on this end to the middle. this weather is really messing. So that's what it should look like at the minute. I'm sorry about the glare, but I've had to put the light on. That's how dark it is here today. And then you're going to repeat that on the bottom. So everybody's been really quiet lately. What's up? Am I missing something? Somebody not told me about something? Normally I'd at least one email by now. That's just stuck on my tape. I'm all fingers and thumbs at the minute. Yeah, I've normally had at least one email. But no, so yous are all up to something. And you're keeping me out the loop. Okay, and final two on this one. I must apologise to Karen Morris, as I have not been able to get out to go to the post office. Hubby's been on nights and whatnot, but I will try to get there on Friday when I go to do my shopping. So that's what you're looking at now. Okay, that's our full sheet. So you can see where all them diamonds are cut out. Okay, so then what you're going to do is this first score line, you're going to fold that back and give it a burnish. Oh, I can't wait for my new bone folder. I know I keep saying it. Then you're going to fold it back towards you. Give it another burnish on them little lines. Then you're going to fold it back away from you. Okay, now this come about because if you remember, I was doing a card and a box, a tea light box the other day, and I had it all cut out, and then I thought, do you know, that actually, remember I embossed it, and I thought that actually looks better as a 3-sided rather than a 4. And do you remember I cut the other embossed panel off? Well, that come about. This how this come about. So if you don't miss that video, go back and watch it. One of my boys has given off there. I've got my youngest daughter in the next bedroom. She stayed last night after me telling her not to drive in the weather, but kids will be kids. So that's what you're looking at now. Okay, so you've got that going on. Okay, so now we are going to take off this tape and we're going to put this together. If Mel can find a pokey tool. Mel is forever losing it. The reason I'm all confused with my times is when hubby is on nights, I don't sleep. So it means Mel gets all confused and what have you, mixed up with it hours or days. And okay, so we've took our tape off. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring this side over and you're just going to make sure it marries up with your score lines on the opposite side, which mine is way off. See, trying to do this with my blinking hands. You will be able probably, unless you've got hands like mine, to get yours done and dusted, whereas Mel's still faffing. Oh. Okay, then what you can do is get your bone folder in there and just give it a burnish. Okay, so that's what you're looking at. Now, make sure all them middle ones. Would you bloomin' stick? Okay, so we're going to take some ribbon. I've just got this, I think it's 1/8 ribbon. I could use the metallic one, but I don't know where to put it. That'd be something else I'll have to hunt out now. So anyway, getting back. Okay, so we know that that seam is the back. Okay, and I bet you'd have not cut enough ribbon off. I knew it, just knew it. Oh dear. No. And yes, I am still in my pyjamas. I know. In actual fact, I'm going to use this ribbon because I like this ribbon. So we'll get rid of that. This is the one with the gold in, so it's a bit sparkly. And you're just going to put it round them edges where we've put them score lines. You know, the mountain valley. And try and get it so that you bow or you knot, or whatever you're doing, you can do it either bow or knot. I'm just doing a knot because I'm not that cruel and I won't make you sit there and watch me faff about, she says, as she's faffing with the knot. Now at this point as well, whatever you're putting in, put it in now. Okay. So we'll get rid of that bit. Is that the other bit? No, there. And these will fit your Yankee tea lights in. Do you know that Kim has got me? And it will definitely fit the cheaper ones in from IKEA. You'd probably get double the amount if you go with the IKEA ones. And if you wanted to, because you're still going to have that gap, right? It's going to close over a little bit, but it's still going to be there. I would put the stuff in a bag inside the cracker. But seeing as I'm going to be giving mine to my grandsons, I will definitely be putting whatever inside into a bag. Right, so that is more or less the front of your cracker. Okay, so what I've done here, I've punched out, now this is my own midderboard or foil cardstock or whatever you want to call it, and it's in the copper. Now in the DSP is the copper, so I've punched that out, and I've punched our scallop out in the Whisper White. Okay, so I am just gonna stamp on this. Shall I use my contraband? Let me see. I'm going to use my contraband. Sure, you can tell me off. So I'm using my contraband ink, which is a pigment ink, which does take longer to dry, so just be aware and be very careful. Now, trying to get this lined up without getting my head under the camera. And this sentiment I'm using is out of the Signs of Santa stamp set, and it's just a joyful Christmas with a little flourish. Okay, so you can see that, and I've done it in my contraband ink to coordinate. So I'm going to stick a glue dot on there, and I'm going to stick that to there, but be very mindful because it is pigment ink and it will smudge if you touch it. And I'm going to show you another treat box, more or less doing the same thing. Just get that lined up. Okay, get another couple of glue dots on the back, foam dots, dimensionals. Don't put your finger in the ink. I think if I tell myself it. His lordship is up. That must have been what the dogs are barking at, letting me know he was up. And we're just going to stick that on the front there. Okay, so there is your Christmas cracker. I have done my other ones. I've just not put the doodads on the front yet. But there is one that is complete. Now, the other one that I was saying to you, that you're going to do exactly the same way as the cracker. Oh, tell you, getting too old. That's my other cracker, so I don't need that one. Well, I do need it, but I'm not going to show you. You've just seen me do that one. You're going to do it exactly the same way on the top. Okay, all your score lines are all going to be exactly the same apart from these bottom ones. Okay, just miss the bottom ones out, but still do the same as what you would if you were making the cracker. So we have our, start this way, we've got our hang on a minute. Okay, we have our 6x6 paper. So you're going to score at 1 7/8, 3 3/4 and 5 3/4. Okay, you're going to turn it to that side, and you're going to do your 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inch, and then you're going to do your 4.5 inch. Okay, and don't do any more after that. Okay, so we're going to put our tape, we've already notched out on each like we did with the cracker, and we've burnished that all up like we did with the cracker. Okay, so that's all burnished, and that's how it should be looking. Okay, the only difference being now is, see these bottom, you're going to have to cut them sort of like that. I might even have to go smaller yet. We won't know until we've got our box secured round. Okay, and they're what's going to tuck in. They seem to be alright actually. And you're going to get yourself a little triangle treat box. So we're going to put our tape on there. And again, because it's only, you know, paper. It's a heavyweight paper, but it's not cardstock. Not far from it, like, but it's our speciality paper because of the copper foiling. So we're going to run our strip of adhesive right down that end bit. See, I need as many of these as I can make for my grandbaby, so you're coming along with me. But I've got to make them, so have you. I think I'll start doing a new channel, you know, craft along with Mel. See how many bloopers we can make, or she can make. Right, again, you're going to fold that part in, and we have to marry this part up. Which Mel just cannot seem to do at the minute. These would make lovely little table gifts as well. You know, if they're a bit more grown up and they're out of sort of like the Christmas cracker phase. These would be a lovely alternative. Okay, so we have that. Okay, we'll put our ribbon on last. Okay, so now you want to tuck. Where's our seam? Our seam. Put your seam to the back. Okay, so you're going to tuck that in first. Then that one. And then that one. And I do have a bit of overhang, but we will sort that out in a minute. So I'm going to use glue. So I'm just going to put quite a bit of glue on the back and then fold it all back over. And you see where you've got your overhang, we'll take care of that in a minute. Where's my old scissors? We'll just take care of that by snipping that away while holding it together. And snip it away. Okay, so there's our little treat box. Put whatever treat you're putting in it now. And then again, take some ribbon. And we're going to put it round the top. And again, you could get 3 or 4 or 5 Yankee candles in there, tea lights. Okay, so Mel is going to do a bow. Yep. Do you know, the best part is, mind you, it wouldn't work anyway holding it like this. I have a bow maker, you know, one of them blue bow maker things. But it wouldn't work well if I was actually doing it on the card anyway, so tough. So yeah, it's painful watching Mel make bows. But God loves a trier. So I'm told. Right, I'm going to stop faffing, otherwise we'll be here all day. So there's the front. Okay, our seam is at the back. We have another disc, another scallop edge. Okay, we're going to take the same stamp, our contraband ink, because Stampin' Up won't get us metallic ink. We're going to try and line that up again without getting Mel's head in the way. I have brushed my hair, but I'm still in my jammies. Okay, so get rid of our contraband ink before someone snitches on me. Only messing. Bring back our foam dot, just put one in the middle. And listen, while I've got you all here, if there is anything you would like to see, or if there is anything that I've done and you didn't quite get the gist of it, Christ, that takes me back to my childhood gist. Don't hesitate to, you know, email me or just leave me a little message down below and say, Mel, can you give me the measurements for blah de blah de blah? And I will. Because I know sometimes I just, it's like I've got you all here with me and I just gab away. I'm going to slightly curve this because I am putting it on a curve. No, it's not going to work for me. I need one down the middle. So we put them two on for nothing really. So just put a strip down the middle. And just attach. See the way I've messed that all up now? I've made it run. See? So now that I've messed it up, I can give it a good squish. So there are our two treat boxes after all that. And they're exactly the same measurements. The only difference is on the box, the bottom is different. But it's exactly the same score lines, exactly the same measurements, everything. It's just, do you know what, I'm going to just move that because it's going to annoy me. I'm just going to put it on there. And I'll twizzle my bow round. You know when something just... Come on. There we go. There we go. That's better. Mel will have to sort the bow out. But there you go, our two treat boxes out of 6x6 paper or DSP or whatever you want to call it, and our contraband ink. So I hope you give them a go. You know, you can't be too prepared. After all, it does come upon us very quickly. Yeah, so I hope you give them a go and take care of you and take care of everyone else, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.